Hi, so we are continuing with our moon in different zodiac signs. Today we are doing moon in Virgo. Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac, which is sign of service, sign of nutrition, health, chores, daily routines, disease, deaths, and pets as well. So it's a very service oriented sign. And it's again another dual sign, and it's ruled by Mercury, and and it is an earth sign. So and obviously now we're bringing moon in here. Moon indications of moon, which we have discussed in our moon introduction video. You can actually have a look at that first and then come on to that. I'll put that at the beginning of this video. So moon in Virgo. So moon, we did say that is our mother, it's our memory, it's our childhood, it's our inner world, really, inner child, it's our happiness, memory, how we process things. And these are all ruled by the moon. And moon in Virgo. So Virgo is a very detail-oriented sign. So it's one of those signs that, for example, if you, I mean, my Virgo is not very strong. So when I buy something like, for example, something complicated, I try to look at it. I'm more visual, so I look at things and I think, okay, so this probably goes with that, that probably goes, and I'll try to sort of put a cabinet together by looking at things. A Virgo person, Virgo moon or Virgo sun, will look at it and actually read the manual properly and do things in a very systematic, ordered way. So that's really what this sign is all about, really. So all about detail, small detail. So very analytical. So they actually approach life in that manner as well. So it can be very analytical, very practical. So it's a sign because of that bit of detail is so important to them. They can actually get very worried and anxious about things. They have this natural nervous energy about them, and but they are obviously quite logical, quite practical individuals, and that's how they look at like situations like that. So you would never get like a moon in Virgo person being out there with their emotions because everything is quite internalized. So it's different. So whereas Mercury moon was very communicated about how they felt. This is not like that because it's an earth sign, so it's more internalized part of Mercury. And so they are more likely to, as friends or partners, they're more likely to show appreciation for you and your love towards you by doing things for you. They wouldn't necessarily tell you they love you and they'd be all very demonstrative with words and gestures. There'll be more action. So I love you so much and I know you're going to drive in this snow. So what I do, I come out with you this morning, make sure the snow is off your windscreen and that you're not going to slip on the way to your car, so they are caring in a different manner completely. So there's more action, less words, if you like, sign. And they kind of due to how they worry and they're anxious, they have this almost like a chaos in their head, in their mind. It's completely in their mind. It's probably not true because they're worried about all the little detail of everything, all the things that we probably as normal people wouldn't even notice that, but they've got this amazing mind that can process so many things, again because it's Mercury, so many things at the same time, but so much detail all the time attached to it. So if moon is in this sign and it is afflicted, afflictions will be by malefic planets like Saturn, the nodes, or Mars. or even Mercury can cause that to the moon actually. So they can actually become a little bit OCD. It's funny really. I think sometimes they can either be really OCD or really be the other way. So anyway, that's just the beauty of astrology. It can be this or that, you know. So this fantastic ability to deal with really sort of like detail work makes them excellent, absolutely exceptionally good at accountancy and law, because they'll be reading all that fine detail, not missing a thing. If they have a good Mercury in their chart, then they'll be able to make decision based on reading and understanding that small print. So, and they have got fantastic memory usually as well. But they do tend to sweat the small stuff, as we say, you know. So like become like perfectionists almost, you know. So like I don't know. So you know, like some people like they leave the house and they constantly want to go back. Oh, did I turn the iron off? Did I lock the door? You know. So you can imagine if the mind is always like that, it needs peace and tranquility as well. And they can be quite sort of like critical of themselves. They can also be critical of others as well. I mean, and you have to realize also we are talking about your mother as well. It could be traits of your mum as well as yourself. So it's really nice to be, you know, just be kind to yourself and others. It's fine. You know, detail is not everything. It's definitely not everything. This detail issues, it means that they actually cannot digest life properly because they just constantly see the missing part. So this, and because Virgo rules the digestive system, it can also give them like issues with digestion, like Crohn's disease, IBS, bloating, gas, allergies, things like that. So, and they simply need to just learn to just like get the meaning of life, because it's not really, the detail is unimportant. Be just chilled and don't worry about cleanliness and germs, and just be kind to yourself. They are quite private and will be. They like to be quite sort of like productive, and but they are non-manipulative people really. So that's nice, and they you can really rely on them. You know, trust them. They are normally good souls, because it also it's the part of the zodiac is all about serving others. So they're very good at looking after other people. They have to work on their self-esteem, because obviously this is not a very confident sign, because this is a sign about working behind scenes. And but they should never mistake their aloofness for anything other than the fact that it's just a self-esteem issue. They, again, a little bit like Moon in Gemini, it's not a restful mind, because obviously Mercury and Moon are not friendly planets towards each other. So you need to just learn to be kind to yourself. And that's part of the karma of these signs, that you need to just learn to be kind to yourself, to your mind, and to your mother in order to get happiness. They are very much, they're very good at serving others though. So they're really good at social workers, community jobs, and also anything to do with anything analytical they can do really, really well. They're very good at jobs to do with health and nutrition. So you probably find people like osteopaths and nutritionists, dietitians, Ayurvedic practitioners. They have their moon or a very strong planet in this sign. They're good healers really in that sense. Nurses also, they could have good placements of moon there. And they have very good daily routines as well. So they like to achieve, you know, it's about like ticking the list, if you like. The opposite sign to Virgo is Pisces. So in their partner, they would look for somebody who is quite chilled, quite relaxed, quite spiritual, and somebody who's got higher knowledge. And that would be great for them, because these intelligent spiritualists, like, who know how to be calm and meditate, do yoga, they're very good to uplift the souls of a Virgo person. And also, you will often find that they are great writers as well. So they can write about novels and books on social injustice and to do with like animal rescue and things like that. So these are wonderful people to have as friends really in your life, because they are so reliable and they are actually so caring. But my message to you is, be good to yourself, enjoy life. Don't, because don't sweat the small stuff, because this sign is all about small picture. So so the big picture will be Pisces, their partner. They can see the beauty in everything, whereas, they look at a picture, they see everything beautiful. And the Virgo moon will be saying, oh yeah, but they missed that bit. Doesn't matter. Love the whole thing. That is your karma, to learn to just be good to yourself and good to your mind. That's it for now. See you next time. Thank you.